Oops, I forgot to say hi. Hello, everybody. I'm back again. So let's keep this going. I think we had just finished week 3 last. The air is tense. The tension in the air reminds me of how it feels when an opponent pairing is announced. My pairing hasn't been announced. However, I recognize the two girls in front of the bulletin board. The girl in red is Rin Tosaka, and the other is a girl the same age as the Rin or a little older. The girls size each other up, and without a word, each glances away from the other. One of these two girls will die. That is what fate has decided. Oh shit! Rin Tosaka and Rani the Eighth are equally powerful. I can only gain from one taking the other out. I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. He walks over to the bulletin after the two have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit. Without a single glance this way, they leave. Oh, thank goodness. Thought Julius was about to try and kill me again. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. And Castor fell asleep. Okay, that was a thing. Jeez, not even a minute. Not even 2 minutes. The moment I see Rin Tosaka, I know the time has come. Her body language is as aloof as ever, but I can see the focus in her gaze. Today's the day they fight. One of them will die. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Julius. There's nothing unusual, but it worries me for some reason. What Julius said in front of the bulletin board about Rin and Randy's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it would be a good idea to track down Julius. Yeah, track down the assassin. From outside the multimedia room, I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about a program's code. I knew it. The firewall on the battlefield is just too strong. The security is highest there. I sense him moving and shuffle away from the door in a panic. There's nowhere to hide. It's you. His aura of murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he's tried to kill me in the past, Julius doesn't seem to register my existence. Steady, Greg. Maybe I'm not worth it for him to suffer yet another penalty for fighting outside the arena. That's an old school projector if I ever saw one. The multimedia room is a bit bigger than the regular classrooms. At the front of the room is a screen. Instead of a ceiling projector, there's an old-fashioned film projector. That's odd. It could be here all the time for all I know. I never visit this room. Master, this device is out of place. My servant is right. That film projector seems to be warping the very airwell data around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purpose? As I reach out to inspect it... What the... Weird. When I touched it, sparks went flying in my brain. I think I was attacked by some program, but although it makes me dizzy, the effects pass immediately. I don't think it did any damage. I wonder what it was. Somehow I don't think it was Julius's doing. I'm pulled from my reverie by the earth-splitting sound of a weapon. Someone means business. I brace myself thinking, Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. Then suddenly an image emblazons itself on my brain. Granny, next to her some form is a giant servant. And facing them are Rin Tosaka and her servant. This must be an elimination battle between the two of them. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images of the battle onto the screen. Hey, we actually get to watch them fight. Oh my god, that's a massive guy. Boom. That's a lot of damage. god. That's a whole turn of stun. They seem to be evenly matched. Actually, no, I'd say Berserker has a mild advantage. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in a war like this where information is crucial to survival. It goes without saying that it's a total violation of the rules, but I expect nothing less of Julius. In any case, why did Julius leave halfway through? Was that his plan, or did something go wrong? What? Aren't you going to watch, Master? These two are having a pretty wild fight. My servant draws my attention to the screen. Rin and Ranni are facing each other. The forms of their servants can't be made out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se, it's more like there's a masking effect overlaid to hide them. Even without the security measure, I can tell that both servants wield long shafts. They're both lancers then. My eyes only see the sparks from their lances, each thrusts, parries, swipes, and defense. Ranni's servant seems massively powerful, but Rin's isn't giving an inch. Either one could win. I see, the girl in red will win. Caster declares Rin's victory as if it were obvious. The other master is aggressive, but she's too slow to respond. At this level, that's a fatal flaw. Oops, sorry, am I spoiling the movie for you, Master? I'll be quiet now. Rin notices she's winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. On the other hand, there's a hint of alarm on the Ranni's, otherwise the most expressionless fate. What the hell? And then the clash suddenly stops. I can't make out what's going on, but I can tell that there's space between the two opponents now. The one who backed off was Ranni. Her servant contorts and starts gathering energy. Even though through the blurry screen, I can tell there's an inordinate amount of power being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return the chassis and life you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite. Helm to the northern sky, motor Cyrus. Continuation of duty is deemed impossible. In case of failure, self-destruct self along with Moon. Performing final directive. Wait, what? Alice and Monkey can pull... Wait, what? Alice and Monkey can pull off crazy stuff like that? You fool, this is something to self-destruct over? After taking a beating from Rin, Ranni must be intending to use her last resort. Never mind Rin, wouldn't that liquefy the entire arena? She used her command seal. That's a trump card you can only use twice in the entirety of the war, and Ranni just used one. No, her command seal is what's causing this horrendous power to well up from within her. Her heart is a kiln on the verge of exploring. Blah. Kiln on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Ranni's body was built with the capacity to overload like this. Your magic serves our critical convergence. You don't need to throw your life away like this. Woo-wee, a kamikaze, huh? What'll you do now that she's stolen your patented move, Master of Mine? Rin's servant addresses her with a flippant tone totally unsuited to the intensity of the situation. Her heart's made of etherlight. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her to the core with your noble phantasm. Ooh, I like it when you're desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Rin's command, Lancer takes a stance and gathers his strength. It builds and builds until... That's the end. Caster speaks her mind quietly in deference to my feelings, but I get the meaning loud and clear. This will settle the battle. They will destroy each other before they can even resort to command seals. Both of them might die on the spot. Even if one of them survives, she'd probably be fatally injured. While I'm lost in those terrible thoughts, Caster starts staring at me. Caster, what are you planning? Master, you're not thinking that you ought to save one of those girls, are you? I didn't realize I was telegraphing my emotions, but more importantly, what did my servant just say? Could there be some way to save them? It sounds like there might be. What can be done? Well, I can't say there's no way. Her eyes downcast, she touches my left hand, my command seals. This screen connects this place to where they are. It isn't impossible to reach them, but only your command seals could teleport me to where they are. so it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracles happen. And, I'd probably need another command seal to survive if I have to fight, so 2 command seals. Believe it or not, you don't actually need to use 2 of them, but it'll take, excuse me, a few tries. If it's what you want, Master, of course I'll do it. But you'll lose 2 precious command seals and save a possible enemy. Do you want that, Master? We're rescuing Rin, by the way. Randy's going to self-destruct any second. I'm going to listen to my heart and save Rin. My servant springs into action with no sign of disapproval. Time is of the essence. Power surges through my feet, electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around me. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. My servant leads toward it and the world melts into streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles where the command seal burned off. When I open my eyes, I find myself in the arena. Out of the frying pan into the fire, literally. The air sparks as the arena begins to melt around Randy. Randy knows why I'm intruding on our fight, and blatant hostility is poured upon me. Uh-oh, they've seen us. I don't think we can win this. Use another command seal, Master. If we can defend against them, the Seraph should intervene. We don't need to survive that long. Your command seal. Don't use. You don't need to use it. If I'm remembering this properly. This might take a few tries. Yeah, I'm not doing much damage. Again, I'm just trying to buy time. Jeez, I can barely see anything, it's so red. Okay, we got a stun. Okay, he's waiting. Just in case. Get my barrier up. That should be able to let me survive 1 hit. For anything he throws. Yeah, I thought so. See, you don't need the second seal. Wait, what? In response to a third party's intervention, the Seraph drops a wall between the enemy's servants. That's it. This is my chance to rescue Rin. Whoa. Yeah, oh no, we're going to be caught in the... Are you kidding me? You took like a quarter of your health. Oh no, we're going to be caught in the meltdown, Master. Oh, come on, hurry up, Mooncell, hurry. Please hurry, force withdrawal on us, or at least my Teal Master. We won't make it. Even the protective wall between us and Randy can't contain the force of her blast. Caster, Rin, and myself will be evaporated instantaneously. Wait, Lancer? Lancer? Suppose I don't have a choice. Looks like I'm the only one who can do something about this. It happens in the blink of an eye. With a curse, Rin's servant dashes straight toward Randy. Like a blue comet, he zooms through the wall even as the enemy's servant's spear rakes across his right side. Lancer! Hey, little girls like you shouldn't play with big girl toys. I've accepted my own fate, but I can't be at peace with it if you threaten those I want to protect. Through a storm of flashes in the overheated air, the ant lance continues unerring, running Randy through. The red lance's barbs scour the flesh from her ribs as it pushes in and through. Caught in the lance as it falls to the ground is a heart and lung system constructed of opal. Time. Per regulations, a fourth withdrawal will now be performed on Greg. Everything happens at once. The heart explodes behind me, creating a massive shockwave of data corruption. The world is crumbling, but I am holding Rin's hand. Randy's large servant collapses around her, protecting his fallen master from the wave of data. And then... Ah, damn it. Ow, that bastard took off my damn right side. Can't really see it from here. Actually, no, they didn't actually cut his right side off. Cut cleanly down the right half of his body, the blue-clad servant sits alone before the wave of data. It is hopeless for him. He has no time to get help, and eventually, with that wound... Don't worry about me. This is the reality of the battlefield. We do what we can, little man. At least, I'm grateful my master was able to survive. Now I just need to work on finding ways to defend people without getting myself killed. Okay, this Lancer's name is Kukulane, and in this series, he has a bad tendency of dying. A very bad tendency of dying. To the point where Lanza Gashinda is a meme. Seriously, this guy just keeps dying. My lady master is going to be livid. It's your job to calm her down in my place, okay? That wisecracking smile suddenly disappears into white. I come to in the multimedia room. The command seal on my left hand is now smaller, but my exhausted servant and Rin are by my side. Where am I? You... why? Those words are all she can manage. She blacks out. The intense battle followed by the rapid acceleration of teleportation must have completely drained her. The film projector has gone still and the screen is dark. Rin was taken to the nurse's office after she collapsed. She's still asleep when I pay a visit. According to the doctor, she woke up earlier feeling okay. I'll wait around until she wakes up again. Come to think of it, I haven't heard a peep out of my servant in a while. They must be angry. Me? Angry with you? I could never be angry with you, Master. I was just thinking really hard. Would you feel better if we talked? I always do. Let's see, something to talk about. The tone of her voice is that same, but her words seem forced. What's really on her mind? You want to know what I'm thinking? Oh, it's boring, Master. I was just thinking how valuable that woman must be for you to have used a command seal for her. If that had been me, would you have done the same? Oops, silly me. I shouldn't think about me when my master is the one who's really valuable. Come on, don't put yourself down like that. My master could use 200 command seals and still deserve to use more. Seemingly satisfied, Caster leaves. Too nervous to call Caster back. I just wait for Rin to wake up. It feels like half hour's gone by. Suddenly, Rin stirs. Her eyes snap open and then... You! What were you thinking? Rin goes from comatose to bitch in 3 seconds flat. You're a participant in the Holy Grail War too. Why would you do something moronic like save me? And don't give me nonsense about me being about to die. My victory was right around the corner. Rennie's self-destruct is bad news, but Lancer is capable of stopping her and her servant. Hey, let me see your command seals. Huh, so you did use one. I figured as much. Don't you regret using it, seeing as how you've handicapped for your future fights now? I already know she's prideful and her servant warned me. Still, I didn't think she'd be so damn angry at me for helping. What are you staying quiet for? Do you regret what you've done or not? A bit. They might come in handy later. As you should. If you didn't feel the gravity of the situation, it wouldn't feel right to thank you. Well, whatever. It still doesn't sit well with me, but you have my gratitude. Thanks. Alright, that's enough of that. On to the main issue. I left the arena before my win or loss was determined, so my command seals are intact. By the same token, without a win, I've effectively dropped out of the tournament. Get it? I'm an anomaly in the system now, disconnected from the logic of the Holy Grail War. Rin displays her hand. The command seals are still there, but they have turned gray in color. Honestly, even if I'd won, I would have taken significant damage and lost in one of the next fights. This way I still have a chance. I may no longer be able to attain the Grail, but I can defeat Leo. Although I would have preferred to fight to the end with Lancer. No, I can't think like that. Anyway, what you did may have been a stroke of genius. Don't get me wrong, no way am I praising you for being reckless. Either she's embarrassed or still kinda mad because her expression morphs into a pout. It was worth saving her just to see this expression, but if I told her that, she'd probably yell at me again, though. Okay, on to the next issue. Was everything up until now not important, Mr. Rin Tosaka? To be honest, I've had enough. What are you saying? I wanted to thank you, and I thanked you. I'd just like to discuss a crucial topic if... Okay, that's okay with you? How'd you disrupt our battle? The Elimination Battle's firewall should have been impervious even to a command seal. Trying to break through the firewall would have caused the system to fry your brain. The safe attack program. I remember having to deal with it at first, but it doesn't seem to have affected me anymore. That can't be right. Even if your body is safe, your brain wouldn't be able to handle the strain. Oh, speaking of which, aren't you... I mean... A look of shock washes over her face. leaving an expression of confusion in its wake. Never mind, I was just thinking out loud. Forget I said anything. Anyway, don't try any more idiotic moves. The Seraph won't allow you to get away with it twice. Her warning delivered, Rince begins to rise off the bed, then stops as if something just occurred to her. Hey, does the name Twice Peaceman ring a bell by any chance? Twice? I can't recall hearing the name. I might have heard the name before, but why bring him up now?
So?
No reason, really. You kind of remind me of him. Never mind, just forget I asked. After saying that, she drifts off into her own thoughts. And Castor's asleep again. Yeah, we are most definitely saving after that.